Hey, what's up everyone? This is Eric Yu from 15112. I'm playing my term project, Armored Warfare. Let's do this. Now, as you can see here, I have my code all set up, and yeah, let's get right down into it, shall we? And here we go. Here's Armored Warfare. Armored Warfare is a 1 versus 1 tank battle to the death, using tanks from the Second World War era. Now, the point of the game is to kill your foe 7 times in order to win overall. Of course, since this is a demo, we've shortened it down to 2, just to show you guys the game. And let's sort of dive into the main menu here. We can press I to get into info and rules. And here we have a screenshot to sort of get you acquainted with the gameplay screen. But I'll walk you through everything, so we don't have to look at this right now. Now, Q's to quit, but we don't want to quit just yet. We want to play the game. Now let's press enter to start. And over here we have the tank selection screen. We have 4 tanks to choose from. Over here we have the Hotchkiss, which is a French light tank, and it's very fast to load and fast to move. But be careful, because it's also the weakest tank. So be careful when you play as this. Next we have the T-34, very strong tank. Armor is moderate, but its firepower is where it really shines. It's very strong and can take down tanks really quickly. And over here we have the Panzer IV, a German medium tank. It's comparable to the T-34, but it doesn't have as much firepower. Nonetheless, its armor is stronger, so you can really brush off some attacks with this tank. And last but not least is the Panther. The Panther is a German tank, and it's also the strongest in the game. It has the highest amount of health and also the highest amount of firepower, but be careful because it's also the slowest. So even though you can brush off a lot of attacks, you can't really avoid them. So let's start off with the Hotchkiss right now. Let's give this guy a whirl, and yeah, let's join the battle. Now over here, it looks like we're up against the Soviet T-34. So let's try not to get in the way of it too much. And over here is our health. We have 80 out of 80 because we're the weakest tank. And we use the WASD keys to move, left click to fire, and mouse to aim, as you can see here. And over here we have 2 buildings. These buildings serve as obstacles, as you can see here. He sort of ran into it. Yeah, we can't go through these buildings. And these buildings, unfortunately, if I go into them, then I lose 10 health. So try to use these buildings as cover against your enemy's attacks, but don't run into them, because you'll suffer some damage. And over here, we have our ammunition. Now, the way ammunition works is that, as you can see, it says ready, which means we're ready to fire. And once we fire a shot, it looks like we took some damage, but we managed to inflict some damage to it. And you can see the meters going down here. Basically, once the meter goes down and runs out, we can fire again, as denoted by the ready text over here, and we can fire again, but we can't fire again until this runs out. And it looks like we can fire again. We live on to fight another day, but these tanks are scary accurate, so be careful not to get in the way of their crossfire. Very, very powerful tanks. Let's see if we can inflict some more damage to it. Alright, looks like we hit the building and hit the enemy tank. Looks like this isn't looking good, guys. Also, as you can see here, there's a red dot, always denoting the enemy, so you can never lose track of where your tank is, or get confused between the two. Now, looks like, can we pull this off? There's always a chance. Well, there wasn't a chance that time. But as you can see here, we have our defeat screen, and we have a quote, to get us going. Well, anyways, now we can just press enter to continue to the next level, and looks like we're up against a powerful Panther. We're faster than it though, so let's try and use these. Buildings as cover. Now over here you can see our score, which records our wins and losses. Since we lost the last match, the enemy now has a score of 1. And once they get to 7, they win. But in this case, once they get up to 2, just to sort of show this off. Another unique thing about this game is that all around the playable area is a minefield, sort of to prevent the player from escaping or ditching the battle. Now, once you sort of reach a certain point, there will be a warning flashing below at the bottom part of the screen that says tells you to get back. There's a minefield ahead. But if we choose to be rebels and disregard this warning, then we'll be instantly killed by a mine, and will count as a loss on our part, and the enemy will gain a win. And unfortunately for us, it looks like we lost. But have no fear, we can always get back into the battle. The war isn't over just yet. Now let's try a different thing. Let's try the Panther. Yeah, we need that kind of firepower. Now looks like we're up against another Panther. Yeah, as you can see, the red knot denotes who's who. So looks like we have as you can see here, our load time is pretty slow, but we pack quite a punch even against another Panther. So let's try and use this building as cover. It's slowly making its way downtown, and well, got me over there. But use these buildings as cover, but try not to crash into them. That's one thing we don't want. We don't want to destroy our tank. Looks like the buildings are protected him in that area. Looks like we've got him right where we want him. Alright, let's try to counter-attack right now. Alright, looks like it's all over. Let's reel it back in. Alright, let's try to traverse around to his other side in order to sort of confuse him. Now, the load times are long for the Panther. Have no fear, it's powerful, as you can see here. And we got our anthem. We have an anthem unique to each tank, so just to get you going. Now, looks like we're up against Panzer. Though these things are not to be sort of underestimated. Though they're faster than us, but we have a lot more armor than them, so it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Yeah. Panther tanks. Very unique histories about each of the tanks. I would recommend looking through each of the info slides in the tank selection screen. Oh, it looks like we crashed into our friend here. But have no fear. We're tough. We can overcome. Alright. It's the end for you, my friend. Alright. Thank you, Winston Churchill. And if we proceed on, then we've achieved glorious success. Absolutely amazing. Now, of course, the war isn't over, so if we want to go back right into it, we can always go back to the main menu. But yeah, that's my game. I hope you guys liked it as much as I liked making it, and hope to see you guys next time.